Greetings to you all and welcome back to Let's Play Command & Conquer. This looks familiar, you're saying to yourself, yes it does. What are we doing back here? Is there perhaps something that I forgot to show you? No, there's not. We have a problem with the disc in that it won't restate the video for me in the next mission, so I'm going to quickly complete this one again. Remember our victorious moments. There we go, that's a job well done. Good thing I have these saves ready.
Accomplished.
Anyway, we shall skip the celebratory ending video of us torching a hamlet. And we get the joys of entering our name again with 100% efficiency. Look, we're picking things up now, aren't we? Oh, I can skip that with a left click. Good stuff. Yes, my name's A. That'll do. Apologies for having to watch this bit all over again, but as I said, I couldn't get the video to restate, and I believe at the time I said this looks quite interesting. I'm not sure if it really was interesting, but it looked fairly interesting. So we'll just have to trawl through this once again, and then we'll have a good video ready to go. Don't want to start a mission just with a bit of text to read. That's no fun for anyone. Germany, here we go. Speed it up. Good video.
It's a lie, all of it. GDI wouldn't slaughter children.
Was Bialystok a Tiberium Center?
Isn't this another incident of GDI reacting to incorrect information?
Any comment?
Should GDI funding be cut?
I will warn you in advance now, this opening video, it seems to drag on quite a while. There's not much talking involved, so I suppose I can talk over it, as I am doing now. I have such power. But you may wish to skip this, because you don't learn anything particularly interesting. So if you wish to skip, just jump ahead in the video. I'm sure you can figure that one out for yourselves, but there you go, you won't miss anything. But I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to let it play through for those who want to watch everything as it is back in the day in full. So this is the offshoot of Kane's heinous plan, where he made it look like we were going around torching villages. Our funding's been discontinued. We don't have the money now to hire actors to give us our mission objectives. Instead, we hire these two needles to do the job for us. Look at them go. If you were hoping I was going to read the text out for you, then you've got another thing coming. Read it yourself, you lazy sod. The mission objectives here are fairly simple. I think they are going to be outlined soon by our friendly GDI woman who likes to read things out occasionally for us and tell us that we cannot comply. Building in progress.
Nod forces severely damaged GDI base in your area. Critical shortage of weapons and manpower. Find GDI base and return it to operational status.
And that's our mission objective. No fancy intro, no big convoluted plot. That's what we've got to do. That's what we're going to do. When the screen disappears. Thank you. This base truly is under quite significant attack. Now you'll remember before I was saying that sometimes you don't have a base, sometimes you get a base later on in the level when you start with a small detachment. That's what we're doing here. These are medium tanks, and although they are medium tanks, they are the first tank GDI gets. That's because Nod get the light tank. Medium tanks are one of my favourite units in the game, you'll see why shortly. Being tanks, they are useless against infantry, but that's a trade-off we can live with, because they are superb against vehicles, light armoured, heavy armoured, and buildings. So that rocket guy is irritating, let us retreat. Yes, I could put my people in the APC, but then I would not be able to attack with them, and although movement would be quicker, there's no real benefit. You only want to put your people in APCs when you're doing some kind of fancy base flanking manoeuvre or whatnot. And then you want engineers, because they're really slow. Maybe grenadiers. Anyway, I don't know where the base is we have to save. Presumably they don't want us to walk over the Tiberium. Presumably we're going to harvest the Tiberium. Look forward to that. There's a light tank. We would be terrified of this thing, but no longer. Go, medium tank. With your health bar that's roughly twice the size. Don't know what the APC's planning on doing there. Don't know what the infantry are planning on doing. Run! Yes, I don't know where to go. Let's abuse the APC's enormous line of sight. Which isn't abuse, it's actual proper use of the unit as it was intended, but we're going to call it abuse. Because then it sounds like an even better tactic than it is. The game quite often has these situations where you're given an APC and some infantry, and it says, put the infantry in the APC, and you go, no, I refuse, and the game goes, screw you then, make them walk over the Tiberium. Hopefully the game isn't doing this. But it looks like it is. Annoying game. There's an awful lot of routes we could take from our starting area, which is kind of surprising. What's a SAM site? That's a nod base. Let's not go there. Okay, we can still go down the far left. We can attack the SAM site and whatnot. Whatever we're doing, let's go there first. Infantry can sort of creep around here if they don't want to go over too much Tiberium. Going over one square of Tiberium is not going to kill them, but going over that is. I hope they don't send defence to that SAM site. Killing that SAM site is not my priority. Remember, if we kill all the SAM sites in the level, then we get access to the airstrike, which was amazing! You remember that, right? In all seriousness, it is handy, and it's free, we can't complain. But there's usually a SAM site hidden within the enemy base, so killing the external ones isn't really of any benefit. And there's a harvester there, so let's run from it. Job well done, men. Let's move on. It's a shame the game gives no indication as to where this base is, but we'll just keep following this path. We did it on the previous GDI mission. We just blindly chose a route and followed it, and we found what we wanted. Maybe this road's a good sign. Well, it leads us to more Tiberium, so it's not a good sign. It's going to kill our infantry. Ah, no, we're fine. Tiberium can spread on roads. It's not stopped because of the road and some fancy tiling system. It's just that's how far the Tiberium goes. Now remember, the base we're trying to find, which I'm presuming is in here. We can target the sandbags, you'll notice, but you can target your own sandbags, so that's nothing to be too surprised about. But the base that we're trying to find should be under attack, so I want all of my units ready to go for when we bust in through the door. But you're saying now, but it's under attack, you need to get in there right now. No, we don't, because as soon as we go in to the base, that's when the attack will trigger. So we can progress towards it as slowly as we like. This had better be our base. Yes it is, it's yellow.
New construction.
We suddenly gain control of it, and it's not under attack whatsoever. It's been under attack, I'll give them that. It's severely damaged, and where the hell are you going, Omar? Fine, go harvest that. So the base isn't actually under attack. It's been under attack, but now it's fine. A few things to notice. First of all, we have no construction yard. That means we cannot build anything. But everything's already here, you say. It's fine. If it's not. What if we were to lose something? What if somebody took out our barracks and we couldn't build infantry? Point number 2, we have no radar. We cannot build one because of the previous mentioned point. This is bad. Point number 3, what the hell is that? That is a war factory. It builds Humvees, it builds APCs, it builds medium tanks when it's in the mood. It's not today. APCs and Humvees is all we got. Grenadiers, engineers and minigunners are stuff we're used to. So what's the plan? The plan is to send the APC out and find out what the hell's going on. If we know what's going on, just attack up here. No, we'll die horribly. Now we only have 2 medium tanks, and we have no way to repair them. This building is capable of constructing stuff but not repairing stuff. How do you repair vehicles? You need a different vehicle. It's coming up later on. If I said vehicle, I meant building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Yes, there is another building coming up later on.
Yes, sir.
I forget its exact name. It's something like the service repair depot pad thing. Whatever. You'll see it later.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Another thing that this building can Yes, this building can construct, that's correct. It's quite useful, is it can rebuild harvesters for you. So if your harvester gets destroyed, there's two ways of getting it back. You either sell off your refinery and build a new one, that will come free with another one, or you can rebuild it from your war factory. Handy stuff. And the question is, what massive units do we want? My plan of attack is going to be APCs filled with grenadiers. You know I love grenadiers. We could do some fancy shenanigans with engineers now, because we have the opportunity. We can build APCs, carry them into dangerous positions. And we're going to promptly run away! Flee, you precious APC! Take a moment to appreciate this particular soundtrack. What's it called? I've no idea. Let's find out. March to Doom! It's a good name. It is one of my personal favourite tracks. I think it's very atmospheric. I hope you agree.
Unit ready. Building.
Now the enemy can attack us from behind, and they are doing so! As I was about to say, I have to keep checking behind, for we have no minimap.
Ready. Building.
This force should be thwarted quite simply. Where are you going, man? Ah, screw it, let's squash them all! There was the splat noise, you heard it, you loved it. There we go, a second one. I'll go back to harvesting. What's not to love about the splat noise? APCs, remember, they're not light vehicles anymore. Another thing about being a light vehicle is that you cannot squish. So Humvees cannot squish people. Is that realistic to real life? No, it's not. I would like to imagine that in real life a Humvee could run down just a random infantry. But APCs can. Lovely squish. Best noise in the game.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Anyway, income's a bit limited. That's because we cannot build a second refinery. Yes, you can have more than one refinery on the go. There's no reason why you shouldn't. But we don't have much Tiberium. But yes, you can have two refineries on the go. We obviously can't do that on this level. We've got no construction yard. We can't build a second harvester to use the same refinery. Yes, two harvesters can use the same refinery. We can't do that because we can't build harvesters from this building yet. That will come later. And we're also very low on Tiberium. Gotta be hard pushed, economically speaking, this level. Let's pull our tanks back to guard against the enemy tank. So what's the plan going to be? Is it this fancy APC tactic I was talking about? Yes, probably it's going to be that. Though we do have more Tiberium over here we can take. And over there. So things aren't as bad as I thought they were. Let us get back to exploring. The most important part of the game is exploring. If you're continuing to cry, just attack round the back. For the love of God, attack! And I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait, but let's laugh at this harvester. It doesn't know where to go. Trying to phase up the cliff and get to this Tiberium, poor chap. I don't know why you're retreating. Anyway, I want to find the other entrance to the enemy's base so that I can make some kind of sensible decision as to which direction is best to attack. And run away again! Recurring theme of this level, find a tank and run the hell away from it. Very nice. Back to the front. Ooh, this time they've got buggies. They're getting serious. We will destroy this SAM site, fear not. We could set up a little attack force and try and catch their harvester out of position. I may do that. We'll see how we go with that one. That might happen, it might not. We see that Grenadiers there just completely disintegrate light infantry. We've never had Grenadiers quite in this number before, admittedly. Could they take out the light tank? Yes, they could. But we've got medium tanks, so why not let them do the job? So there's our plan. It's going to be cornering this harvester and destroying it to cripple their economy, hopefully to cripple their unit production. Then we're going to charge into their base with APCs loaded with Grenadiers. Hopefully that'll get the job done. If it doesn't, then we'll lamely defeat them using engineer drop tactics. Good fun, all of that stuff. Hopefully you'll join me next time and we'll see some of it. So I'll see you then.